And we're live here on the LI Sports Network for a developmental matchup here in the Suffolk County High School Hockey League between the Sachem Developmental Braves and the Longwood Lions, their green team. Coming into this game, the Lions 2-7-0. The Braves a perfect 8-0-0. Been a rip-roaring start for this team and looking to keep the momentum going against a team that they've already played once this year. That matchup back on October 6th. Obviously, with Sachem being 8-0-0, you know that game went their way. The final score, 10-4. Puck dropped at center ice, and it's instantly won forward by Zub. Takes it off to the right circle for a shot, ends up behind the net. Skims around onto the near side where Atkins is able to hold it in. Blasted towards the crease, but knocked off to the side. Taking a look at the statistics for this game as Sachem pluck it off the boards again, try to get it out towards the center. They'll send it back to Atkins once more, fields the pass and taps it down the wall. Zub bringing it middle, has his stick fiddled with, wasn't able to rip the shot because of it. Now Zub finding some space, cuts middle again on the backhand, back to the forehand for a shot, and it's swept away by the Lions. Hectic start to this game as Atkins once again has it, tapped off to the slot, no shot came through. Lions with a chance to clear, and they'll force it forward. Like I was saying about the statistics, Longwood, goals against per game, 5.7 for the Braves, it's 3.9, while the Braves are scoring 7.1 goals per game as we'll get a stop and a cover-up. Penalties probably going to be a part of this matchup as both teams averaging over 2 penalties per game. Sachem averaging over 3 penalties per game as well. Goaltender starting on your left screen for the Lions is number 31, Colton Skanga. And on the right side is going to be number 46, Bradley Skillman. Although we haven't seen any action from Skillman just yet, he's patiently watching and hoping his team can find a goal before the puck even gets in front of him. Another pass out in front, and it's covered up by the Lions netminder. So we'll take another whistle with 13:37 remaining in the first period. Face-off will come in the right circle for the Braves. Already with quite a few offensive zone face-offs in this young game, as the Lions will get a much-needed win and wheel it up ice. Past the offensive blue line, Sachem quickly sending bodies towards the puck. Beltran will get it out as it shifts back to the far point. Braves trying to jostle it free. About 2 minutes gone by in this first period. Puck dumped into the right wing corner. Taken by Longwood. Look for a centering pass, but it's knifed off their stick. Here come the Braves again. Puck will be dumped in. The Braves will go for a change on the backside. It was Collins to do the honors. Looks like Rodriguez will win a battle down low, looking to center it for Ryan, but it hit off the outside of the net. And the Lions once again find it away. Guardararo on a long skate, passing it off. Shot saved by Skillman. Was hugging his near post. Rebound goes out for his forwards, and they'll clear it. Potential numbers for Sachem now as they'll dump it in and instantly go off for another change. So very disciplined team, this Sachem developmental squad. Trying to get these short shifts at the beginning and make sure they have fresh legs out there at all times. Downloads Wire for a shot. Rebound comes to the left circle. Follow-up rung off the post. That was dangerous as Longwood almost found the first of the game. Atkins with it again. Trying to dance off the boards, but it was poked off his stick. Ends up rattling over to the far side. Atkins with another chance at it. Dive down below the goal line. 11:20 to play in the first period. Game started off in the offensive end for Sachem, but since then they've been hemmed into their own zone. Likely to make a line change once they're able to. Another dump-in attempt. Skillman thinking about playing it himself, but instead he'll let Atkins take over. Down low, comes to the Lions, shot saved, and we'll get a cover up there. Both of those lines spending a lengthy amount of time on the ice, so we'll get 10 on, 10 off. Puck carried forward by Zub. Banked back, and it's Rodriguez now. Poked around the boards. Outlet pass to the far side. Zub knifes it, center, backhand, flutters over the crossbar. Almost another great one for number 76. Jackson has had himself quite a fantastic season so far, leading his team in points with double-digit goals as well. Another man with double-digit goals is also number 24, Mason Levergen, leading the Braves in goals as well with a total of 16. About 4 more than what Jackson has. Longwood, another blast, a little bit off to the right side, hits off the end boards and carries around to the left wing corner. Centering feed, poked at, and it slides through and through. Opportunity rests on the near side for Sachem. They'll wrist it ahead. Zub trying to check it around McLaughlin, but McLaughlin had an active stick, took it away, and sent it to the opposite side. Nice little bump on the far boards. Couple players down to the ice, but everyone's okay. Rodriguez staying in the play despite taking the worst end of that hit, and now we'll get a second one, a penalty as the puck pops towards the slot, and this will go against Sachem, the first power play of the day for the Longwood Lions. Here's Clark with it. He'll start to spring up ice. Dicing into the right circle, diving down low. His shot travels behind the net and around on the short-handed breakaway. Longwood turn it over to Atkins, who will happily wrist it into the corner to kill off some more time. Already 25 seconds gone by in the 5-on-4. And the thing you always got to remember about special teams, have to hold that thought. Another turnover. Sachem wrist it from the slot, and it's fought off well by Skanga. .8:30 left in the first period. About halfway through the power play, it's another strong shot coming from Atkins. He's had a great start to this game. Remembering back to that first shift as well, he had a couple of shooting opportunities from the blue line. You got to feel like it's just a matter of time before Jesse will get a teammate out in front for a tip there. Another clear coming out of Atkins as he carried it all the way around his zone to do so. Will finally go off for a change and get some fresh legs on the ice. The thing I wanted to say about special teams is it can always cause momentum shifts for either side. You know, a power play goal, I mean, that speaks for itself. But a strong kill can do wonders for the bench. But a potential breakaway coming back in time are the Braves. No opportunity was presented for a one-on-one with Skillman. Finally taken back. Cohen looking up the boards. tap pass ahead. Maxwell Quadraro back to Cohen. They'll play give and go. Stick tied up well by the captain. It'll be forced out by Sachem. They'll make another change on the forward line. Put out those two very dangerous players in 76 and 24. Two seconds left on the power play, and we're back to even strength here at the rinks. Another shot save made, and it was just loose in front of Skanga for a second before his defense came back for it. Zub again with it. Tied up from behind, stays with control, pulls up on the far boards and looks for a centering feed. Quickly closed on, and it's once again ripped out of his pocket. Puck will deflect out of play. Luckily, everyone had their mask on for the Longwood bench, so nothing dangerous right there, but we'll take a face-off from the neutral zone. .6:44 remaining in the first period. Collins wins it back, flipped up the boards as we have still a 0-0 tilt in front of us through half of this first period. Physical battle won out by Sachem. Look to bash it in down below the goal line and set up their forecheck. Longwood working through it well so far. All of this provided by a single man. It's Keller Schwab. Schwab still gliding, looking for a shot. Blocked in front, rebound. Schwab tied up, no penalty. Opportunity, and Skillman will knock it off to the side. Up to the blue line, but not out. Longwood still have it, looking for a long shot. Fiddled off to the right side of the cage, but the rebound goes right back to them. Offsides, the call from the officials. Rodriguez will have plenty of time to collect the puck off the boards. Head up the ice. Rodriguez dices left and right before it's forced away. Looks for Finnemore and will send it to length. No icing from the referees right here. With 5:30 left in the first period, Longwood try to rattle it up and out, but it's gloved down by Sachem, looking for some more O-zone time, but once again held at bay by Schwab. Heller Schwab for a shot. Another save for Skillman. Long shot, Skanga. Down to 5 minutes to play in the first. A scuffle on the near side before it's finally worked out of the pack. Back for Sachem. Fusa, a long feed, go a little bit wide for Kylie Russo. They'll go all the way down the ice for an icing. 4:28 remaining in the first. Sachem will make some more line changes. It looks like Longwood will keep everyone out there. Reminder, we got some games going on behind us as well here on the LI Sports Network. Magnus Healy on the call for that, one of our high school interns. Magnus still in high school right now. Hard for me to think about that. There's kids still in high school. I was in high school not too long ago, and now I'm an old man, it feels like. Zub, down low, looking for something. Out in front, a quick shot, and somehow Skanga got over. What a save. We'll take our first replay of the day here on the north side. It's a good feed, got through all the traffic, but better stop by Colton, just extending with every inch of his frame. Maybe in a couple of years that save will be easier, but as it stands, Colton needed every single inch he had from his arms to get over. Puck won back. Clark down to the goal line. Angled off his line of attack. Still got the centering feed as it rattles in the slot. Pops free. Now Longwood. Quick attack back the other way. Another centering feed will whistle through the crease. No clear just yet. Comes back for Ryan. Ran in some contact and lost control, but gets back to it and knifes it ahead on the backhand. Zub, one-hand carry. Shimmies down to the left wing. Zub pass out in front for a shot and another great stop. Fusa looking to go off the boards. Longwood bank it around the forecheck. Get it off to Cohen. One pass off. Julian Quartararo. Shot on net. Skillman hits it off his paddle and into his glove for another stop. Now with 3:04 to play in the first period. Still scoreless. Hard to do against this Sachem team. Always good for a couple of goals in any given period, but Longwood defending well in front of their excellent goaltender. Obviously, you got to give your hats off to Skanga for making two excellent saves to keep this game 0-0. Face-off, one back. McLaughlin, nice blast, but went right into the wheelhouse of Zub. Starting to wiggle his way up the board. Excuse me, that was Atkins on the block. Good takeaway for the Lions. Speared off to the side by Skillman for another save. Leverton will clear the zone. Allen, dangerous game, but does get it to his forwards. Here's Maxwell. Going off the boards, check down to the ice. Atkins takes it back below the goal line. Instantly checked, flies it high. Mason Leverton with it again, can't get it far away. McLaughlin and his team are forced to touch up. Here's Liam Ryan. Going tape to tape with Leverton. Wrists it around to the opposite end of the rink with 2 minutes to play in the first period. Centering feed, gets through a little bit. Leverton, a shot and another save. No tripping call there as a wrister will go straight into the glove of Skillman. Gets a little bit of love from his team for making that stop from Patrick Rodriguez. Wishing everyone a happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully everyone had a nice time. I know college students are all stressed out right now. Post-Thanksgiving break, not a fun time to be a college student. Got a lot to do. Rodriguez back with it. Tucks up below his goal line. Rodriguez trying to clear it off the boards and does get it out of the zone. Sachem potentially with a 2-on-1 break as they race it down low. Dumped in, comes around. Kylie Russo is centering feed. Stick to side by Longwood as they had a couple of bodies out in front. Under a minute to play here in the first period. Tied up at 0-0. Skillman. Good little display of skill from the keeper as he sends it all the way out, allowing his team to get a change. Russo is the only one trapped on over at the left wing, but this is going to be a breakaway. Here comes Sachem. Time, 40 seconds, and it's going to go. Braves find the first of the game with only 35 left on the clock. So Sachem find the first of the game with not a lot of time left in this first period. Maybe a little bit more offense with 27 seconds left. Pass out in front. Skanga with a save, trying to lay on top of it. Forced away. Here comes to Atkins. Quick shot. Skanga is safe. Rebound comes out to Zub, but he's forced off to the other side. Another centering feed, and Longwood finally able to find some amount of control. Arister over to Zub at the red line. Taken away now safely into the hands. Lions will get it out. Atkins trying to take it away, and we'll hit 0-0 in the first period. A hectic end, and it's 1-0 Braves after 15. And we're back on the LI Sports Network. Start of the second period, another 15 minutes on the clock. And we'll switch sides. Long shot, knocked off to the boards by Skillman. Again, it was Sachem scoring with just 35 ticks left, as here comes Zub again. Fiddles a pass off to his right, and the shot is ramped off the stick. Takes a big spill off the end boards and dumped back in by the Braves. They'll look to get back onto it on the near side. Nice first shift for Sachem. As they're repelled out of the zone, Atkins going to have to do this the hard way as the icing is waved off. He's able to bank it over to Zub as he was the first one onto it. Long wrister sweeps up the board. Ryan knocks it in. Back for it first is Mason McLaughlin. Rattles up. Rodriguez on a backhand. Tipped in front, but once again directed away by Skanga. What a great first period. Keep his team in this, and we're going to get another penalty here. Temporarily 6-on-5 as Skillman will go right back to his net as Skanga will cover up. 13:55 is where this penalty will start for the Braves. Nice little stop there for Skanga. Longwood will make a change with just a couple of seconds ticked by on the power play. Another tie-up on the face-off. Pops down low. Leveraging, looking behind Rodriguez. Fields it on the backhand. Rodriguez, plenty of space down Main Street. A shot blocked off. Longwood loading up for the clear, and they'll flip it all the way down the sheet. Back for Skillman. 30 seconds gone by. Here's Rodriguez. Looking up ice. Fading left, cutting back towards the middle. Spills, but gets the pass off. No shot came through. Eltron trying to give it middle. Lions battle for it and do get it out. Minute gone by in the power play. Leveraging puts it middle. Broken away by Longwood, and they'll take it back. Long shot. Skanga got in front of it. Held in off the board. Sachem trying to dump it away. Aiden McLaughlin now with an opportunity to clear, and he'll give it out for Skillman again. Instantly goes tape to tape with Rodriguez, building speed down in his own zone. 20 seconds left on the power play. Rodriguez gives it away for Cohen. Cohen walks past for a shot. Skillman, another save. Pass up the boards as we're about to be back to 5-on-5. Zoop not able to get there in time. And the power play will expire on Sachem without a goal, so it stays 1-0. Still in favor of the Braves, and I'm sure they would have loved a little bit more insurance right there. And we'll take an icing now. Atkins onto the puck first. Atkins flying up past the blue with room. Atkins pulling for a shot. Hits off a skate. Spills over to the near boards. Braves still have it as they try to pass it out in front. It was Fusa who couldn't weave it through the traffic, and now it goes barreling all the way down the ice. Sachem not with a lot of players back, but somehow still getting the call for the icing. 10:57. About 4 minutes gone by, just over 4 minutes gone by in the second period. McLaughlin. Now with Schwab. Low left circle for a shot. Atkins got in front of it in a hurry. Puck down in the right wing corner. Out to the middle. Atkins steps in front of the centering feed. Rimmed back down low. Fusa, his breakout attempt was broken up. Now Cohen has it at the goal line. Can't get the shot through Atkins. Atkins now building some nice speed. Flying around that poke check. Long range shot saved Fusa off the wall, joining this rush. Into the right wing corner, looking out in front. Puck rattles below the goal line. Longwood get the clear, but not past Rodriguez. Into the slot now, shot interrupted. Spills off to the right side. 5 minutes and change gone by in the second period. Another centering feed, hits off the far side of the goal. And plenty of room was given for Colton to get his glove on top of it. We'll take another whistle. Puck flipped on net. Sachem tapping it in front for a shot, and another great stop by Colton Skanga. A little bit of momentum being built up for Sachem now. Leveraging, gives it off. Another quick wrister. Rebound controlled well by Colton. It goes off to Collins, looking for something between the legs of the defender out in front. Goes up to the far point. Rodriguez available for the pass. Knocks it down. Rodriguez fading off in the slot, looking for a shot. Gets his own follow-up. Puts it in front again. They, just barely don't score. I thought that had worked past Skanga, but he did dive on top of it. The puck goes off the post here. Here comes the follow-up shot from Rodriguez. Watch the right post. So close. Fusa. Back towards the middle. Zub gets it, works it free onto the backhand, but instantly the Lions step in front to shut him down. Zub lowers the shoulder, shot down low, save made, rebound off on the left side. Lions parents want a call there, but they're not going to get one. We stay at 5-on-5 as the puck comes free and Atkins goes racing back for it. No icing on the play, but the Lions still not going for a change. Now they'll switch out the defensive core. Don't want to be caught here. Shot upcoming, and Skillman flashes out the leather. Ryan just had it slide under his stick. Off the wall for Zub. Looks to reload. Dips past one. Zub, a shot. Save made again. Mason McLaughlin up and around for Cohen. Powers past the blue line. Cohen still with it. A man in front as he looks to pull up in the left wing corner. Cohen couldn't send it out in front. 7:10 remaining in the second period. 1-0 the score as the only goal came in the first. Cohen inverting. Still just dancing around. No passing options available for him as we are halfway through this game as well. very low scoring, especially for a developmental match. You expect a couple more goals, but the goaltending has been fantastic on either side. Cohen tied up from behind, still pops three. Skillman another save off his right leg. Rattled up the boards and out now for Sachem. So they race forward into the neutral zone. Shot, Cohen. Once again off the blocker for Skillman. Skims off to the boards. 2-on-2 emerges. Longwood have it again, looking to cut it to the middle. Rodriguez picked a pocket, carries it up off of the backhand. Sits free for Longwood now. They look for another centering bid. Pops up high. McLaughlin a drive. Rebound comes out in front. Chance for Cohen. It goes off to the left side of the net. Rodriguez will take it back. Looking for speed up the near boards and finally will clear the zone. Rodriguez still with a little bit of open ice in front of him. Loads up the shot. It spills off to the left side. Under 6 minutes left in the second period. Sachem going for a change. Have to be careful not to get too many men on the ice. Fuso will touch up. Goes back for Mason McLaughlin. Looking across for Thomas Allen. Off the glass. Not just out. Another shot for Lovergen. And the first save made in a while for Skanga. His team had a lot of great offensive zone time before that. Now Longwood will make a change. Lovergen going to get called for a penalty here as Sachem touch up. Could have been dangerous as well, as Skillman thought that was going to go for his team, so he was racing to get over to the bench to get the extra skater on. But this is going to go all the way down in front of him, with Mason going into the box for 2 minutes and Longwood off to their second power play of the game. Sachem looked good on their first kill of the day. Barely allowed any pressure in front of Skillman. Atkins, good job holding the far point. 20 seconds gone by. Lions might have just turned it over to Atkins again as he'll pinball it around the board. Zub finding it there. Flips it for himself. Zub down to the goal line, wrapping around, had one hand on the stick and partially lost his handle. Zub, long journey. Back to where he started, still skating with it. Centering feed, interrupted. Stitham knocks it off to the corner. Popped up. Beltran will take it away. The only goal in the game, belonging to the man with the puck right now, number 81. A shot off to the left post. Turned over to Rodriguez, who will happily kill off more time. Already a half of this power play gone. And we'll get an offsides here with 44 seconds remaining in the 5-on-4. Brace on the face-off. Lions take it. Looks like we're going to get another penalty here to make it 5-on-3. So it's 5-on-3 for 34 seconds as Longwood gonna try to tie this game up. Face off, one back. Cut out in front, Skillman, tough save down low, and will cover up for the whistle. Ryan blasted up the ice. 10 seconds left in the 5-on-3. Sachem might be through the worst of it right now. Long wrister, good step up from Fusa. 5-on-3 over. It's back to a power play for Longwood for another $1.25. Carrying it in, and Skillman will make an important save right there as his team hadn't gotten their fourth skater out just yet. Shot off the outside of the net. Atkins with it here. Rings it off the glass and will carry it all the way down the sheet. Mason McLaughlin. Still with it. Feeds it off behind. Long shot. Skillman tucks it into his arm. Wristed ahead. McLaughlin gets back for it. Russo on the forecheck, worked past her. Down for Aiden McLaughlin. Turns it over to Atkins. Atkins gives it off. Zub to the middle. Zub, a shot save made off the butt of the stick for Colton Skanga. Zub still with it, trying to kick it ahead onto his stick. Battling for the puck down low into a 2-on-1, tied up in a lot of skates with 7 seconds left in the 5-on-4 for Longwood. Finally played out, but that's exactly what Sachem want, as they'll kill off another penalty. Go back to 5-on-5 for the first time in about 3 minutes and 30 seconds, and was almost a double minor. And Longwood also got a bit of 5-on-3 in that time. Still in a 1-0 scoreline. Leveraging. Just trying to get it ahead. Room to shoot, and it's saved down low. Skanga once again coming up clutch for his team under a minute to play in the second period. Longwood trying to even this game up. A pass into the slot, shot, knifed aside. Remember, we saw one goal already in the dying minute of the first period, the only goal of this game. McLaughlin wrapping it around. Goes off for Rodriguez. Play a D-to-D pass, and now Rodriguez will carry it ahead himself. Looks off to his right-hand side. Leveraging, controlling the puck. Through the blue line, long-range shot. Once again, is easily batted aside by Skenga. His team find the clear up ahead. Cohen with it now. Fiddles it. Just trying to look for Julian Quartararo. Now it's with the dangerous Zub once more. Swings left, Zub trying to shoot up high. Spills almost back out in front. Zub picks up his own rebound. Centering feed. Goes off to the left post. And we'll end the second period in the same score that we found here on the LI Sports Network. 1-0 Sachem. We'll be back for the third. And we're back for the third period here on the LI Sports Network. 15 minutes remain in this very close developmental matchup between the Sachem Braves and the Longwood Lions. Cohen. Slap shot, not going to go. Sits almost in the slot, a little too long for Sachem. Icing going to be called here unless it's waved off, but it will be enforced. Cohen will step into the draw. Longwood do get the initial win. Collins had an opportunity to flip it off the glass, but he gets bottled up with a couple of other volleys. Broken out of the pack by Atkins. Going to be called offsides just by a hair. It was Clark out in front of him. A little bit of frustration building up for both teams now in the 1-0 scoreline. No goals since the dying minute of the first period. Face-off. Eventually won by the Braves. Cohen blocking off the option of the wall. Jostled around, and Sachem now finds some open ice. It's the captain, Collins, through the blue line. Shimmying it up the boards, poked off his stick. Cohen with an opportunity to play it, leaves it behind him. Riley had it but lost it in the left wing corner. Back for Sachem, spun around to the goal line. Centering feed goes through the blue paint. Atkins almost had it back, but the Lions with an option instead to clear it on the near side. Lots of traffic there, still not out, and finally the puck will clear the blue line for a bit of a reset. Sachem still controlling it. Be shocked if this game ended 1-0, and maybe here's a good break for the Lions. A pass ahead. They try to get it onto the stick. Quartararo interrupted. Couldn't make it a true breakaway. Cohen Sweeps it for Maxwell this time. Maxwell. Poked off his stick. Cohen steps up for it. Puck flutters into the corner. Takes another bump, and he's forced away from the vulcanized rubber. Fluttered out of the zone now. Sachem into a 2-on-1 long shot, and that will be covered up expertly by Colton. Would have been a mistake to continue to play the puck, but he knew as well as everyone else watching that he just needed to kill that play off instantly. Shot off the draw. Scania makes the save. Quick acceleration as Longwood try to get there first. A relaxed stop by Skillman. There was almost a little 5-hole to shoot at there. Russo takes a huge hit, and she gets knocked down to the ice, drawing a penalty for her team. Tough play right there to get another 5-on-4 for Sachem. A chance to get some insurance. Penalty will go on Adam Schwab. Good clear to start off the kill. PKs today are 3 for 3 between these two teams. 1 power play opportunity for Sachem, 2 for Longwood. Sachem on their second try right now. Zub trying to get there in time. Can't win it away from Mason McLaughlin. He'll go on a skate down the boards. McLaughlin trying to angle off to the net. Almost centered it on that diving opportunity. Puck will work right back to Mason McLaughlin. Sidesteps a hit, gets it off to his teammates. Centering feed, knifed away. Now sits in the slot, and finally Sachem can breathe. Brace couldn't break it away. Forced back. One minute gone by in the power play, 1 minute remaining. 11:27 in regulation. Jackson. Plenty of space for him to work with. Here's Zub to the middle. Zub on his backhand. Shot is saved. Zub, another quick wrister. Wide to the left this time. Centering feed again. Lifted off the stick of Zub. Well played. Hayden spilled right there. Zub will gladly take the puck back. Couldn't get around the stick check. Another great play. Zub. Little shoulder fake down to the goal line. Centering feed. Lovergen had it go off his skates and couldn't rip the shot. We're back to 5-on-5 here on the LI Sports Network. My name's Kevin Broderick, joined by Paul Trentini, as the puck will be bashed into the offensive end for Sachem. Down below the goal line. 5 minutes through this third period. Aiden McLaughlin winning it down low, spilling on the boards there. Atkins takes a hack at it. His teammate rolls it around, up but not out. And they do force it on the near side, just barely past Riley. Jackson Zub with Aiden McLaughlin in front of him. Dips past him, dives around another check. Zub now through the blue line. Trading positions for a shot. Big rebound came off to the right side of Skanga. No one from Sachem could get there in time to capitalize. Still a one-goal game. Puck comes up to Atkins again. Atkins with a wrister just off to the left side. Skims all the way around. Sachem hold the zone for a second, goes back for Thomas Allen. Tries to clear up the boards, but too many players for Sachem were there. A shot will take a skip. Longwood will now clear. Lots of traffic down Main Street. Cohen. Almost catching Sachem in a change. Rodriguez trying to get this one ahead, but it instantly hits into Julian. Rodriguez and Julian Quartararo doing battle there. Ricochets, Beltran has the only goal of the game so far. Walks out wide for a centering feed, but couldn't connect. Collins was too low. 8 minutes remaining in the third period. Ryan, good pressure. Now joined by Rodriguez. Pass worked over to Julian Quartararo. Centering feed, stepped in front of by the captain. Now Collins with an opportunity to bank it off the boards and out. Sits free for a second, and Cohen will take it back with Collins in front of him. Cohen shimmies it through the blue line and leaves it off for Julian. Skating down low to the goal line. Quartararo looking for a centering feed. Overworked the puck by just a hair. Puck goes up to Ryan and now passed. Ryan. Beltran, a shot. Once again, the save made by Colton Skanga. More room for Sachem. Beltran dancing out in front. The shot goes not on target. Rodriguez again. Just trying to dump this puck in as his team goes for a change partially behind him. Only one subbing out with 6:30 to play in the third. Sachem back to the offensive end. A shot through traffic. Skanga got another piece of it. Centering feed for Ryan. Couldn't pull the cord. And once again, it's deadened by Colton Skanga. Face off, one forward. Schwab. Now it's Schwab against Atkins. Atkins with a good first step. Wraps it around the boards, gets it off to Kylie Russo, and Russo will find the clear for her team. Schwab on the back check, will take it away. Fiddle around a couple of sticks of Longwood as they have most of their players on the near side of this ice. Now we'll spread out. Long shot hits off the stick of Atkins. That could have been dangerous. Atkins making up for it. Takes it away from Schwab. Now Sachem into a partial breakaway. Atkins doing all the work. Loading up on the wrister. Hits off the left shoulder of Colton Skanga. Continues to be brilliant in this game. Just 5 minutes left in this third period. Jackson Zub, 2-on-2 with Lovergen. Zub shimmies out wide, pulls up in the left circle, has passing options, goes east to west, but it's interrupted by Longwood, and they'll just barely force it free. Atkins, good hand-eye, knocks down the stick, gives it away. Longwood looking for some more shots with 4:30 remaining, trailing by 1. Atkins, high off the glass and away. It's going to be a 3-on-2 upcoming. Lovergen with control right now through the blue line, off to Zub. Zub for a shot, wide over to the left. Rebound goes right back to Sachem. They look for Jackson Zub on his backhand. Interrupted from behind, goes out to Rodriguez, and now cleared well right there by Schwab. Schwab against Rodriguez. Rodriguez will win the second bout. Skates it in off the boards now. Goes around Jackson Zub. Looks like he'll be first onto it in the left wing corner. Zub trying to rattle it up high. Once again, not able to work through the traffic. Sachem needs to reset. The offsides won't be enforced as it pops off for Schwab. Here's Schwab against Rodriguez. Round 3 won by Rodriguez. 3:35 remaining in regulation. Rodriguez back with it, a great shift from him. I can't stop but saying his name. Rodriguez couldn't bank it around McLaughlin, would have been into a breakaway. And now the Lions have numbers down low. Into the right wing corner. Centering feed. Nothing doing right there for Longwood. Ice calms down for a second. Jackson Zub splits a pair, has a couple of back turns. Zub trying to dance through some legs, but a good poke check by Mason McLaughlin, Now it's McLaughlin's turn. He's into a 3-on-2, passing it across to his right. And it's broken away well by the defense for the Braves. .240 remaining. Dangerous nutmeg right there from Fusa, but whatever works for you, son. Through the blue line, Fusa for a shot. Skanga another save. Looks to get the rebound in the corner. Held alive by the captain. It's Collins. Collins off the wall. Can't get it on target. .214 remaining in the third period. McLaughlin, long pass. Atkins should be back in time. Skillman will hold it there for him. Now Atkins blowing a tire. Longwood could try to pounce on this. Under 2 to play. Fusa just trying to get a wrister on net. Puck not held alive, goes all the way down the boards. Won't be an icing. No, will be a little bit late on the whistle. 92 seconds remaining in the third period. It looks like we'll get a timeout here on the LI Sports Network. We'll be right back with the remainder of this third period. And we're back on the LI Sports Network. Minute and 32 remain in this developmental matchup between Sachem and Longwood. 1-0 the score, the only goal coming all the way in the first period, as Longwood need to knot us up here. Likely going to be pulling the goaltender sooner rather than later with only $1:30 to play. Here's Aiden McLaughlin. Up the far side, taken away by Atkins. He'll just shimmy the puck into the neutral zone, sliding off for Jackson Zub. Zub wrapping around his teammate, barreling towards the slot. Zub pulling up for the shot. It's poked away at the last second. Now here come the Lions with numbers. Sachem have to get back in transition. Forced past the blue line, taken away by Rodriguez, and he'll look for some extra space. Net is empty on the other side. We're into the 6-on-5. Puck given down. Mason McLaughlin has to get there in time. Good contact. Puck sits free at the end boards. Poked around by Mason McLaughlin as he'll take a spill down to the ice. 45 seconds remain. Longwood, another turnover. Atkins shooting at the net, but it's not going to go. Mason McLaughlin back for it. Forecheck coming. Tries to poke it up. Taken away. Sachem, wrap it. No goal. Hits off the post. Now Zub on a wraparound. Couldn't feed it out in front. Still alive for the Lions as they look to go up the ice. A pass ahead. Controlled. Now through the blue line. 20 seconds left in the third period. Centering feed will go below Atkins. Longwood, 15 seconds on the clock. Still down by 1 goal. Goes out to the slot. McLaughlin loses it. Brother couldn't hold it either. Now Cohen, the last man of defense, shot once again off to the right side. But the clock will hit triple zeros here in the third period. And it's a gutsy 1-0 win for Sachem. That'll do it for our first game here on the North Rinks on the LI Sports Network. We'll be right back for our second matchup, a varsity game. Make sure to tune in for East Islip versus Connetquot Sayville. Once again, final score, Braves win it 1-0 over Longwood.